5, 4, 3. Hi, everybody. Dugroz here with Dugroz Reports. Welcome to my Saturday morning live stream. Today is Saturday, November the 23rd, 2024, and I am reporting live from my house. Glad to see each and every one of you on board. I see Mojo, John R., Tom Graber, Ian Mascal, Juan Garcia, Professor X, Yuri G, and a host of others. If you are on board, but you have not yet done so, please click the thumbs up button. That helps drive more people here to the live stream, and I certainly do appreciate that. I'm going to dive in straightway to our morning Dugroz data points. These are any sort of data points that I like, that are interesting to me, or that just kind of push my buttons or trip my trigger or whatever you want to call it. First up, there are a couple of interesting merchant offers with Citi. If you have Citi cards right now, this showed up on my Citi Rewards Plus card. 10% cash back on a purchase at CVS. Max award is $25, so that would be $250. If you go in and buy a $250 Amazon gift card, you're going to get $25 back. Well, that's not too shabby. And same place, Citi has another one at Walgreens, 5% back up to $5. This one's not quite as exciting because it's a max of $5. So basically spend $100 and you get $5 back. So that's something you can look for on your Citi cards. Let's go ahead and go to the starred comments here. John R. has dropped a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, John. I appreciate that. Celebrate. John is a big-time Dugroz diehard. That's a channel membership. If you see a little circle symbol next to his name, that's what that means. So is Tom Graber, who dropped $5 already. Thank you so much, Tom. I sincerely appreciate that. Celebrate. All right. Thank you, everyone. Good transition there to remind you that I do have channel memberships. Anyone you see who has a little circle thing to the right of their name, like Juan Garcia or Ian or the aforementioned Tom, the aforementioned John, that's a diehard, and those folks can see members only videos if you like members only videos. I've got about 33 of them. These are more saucy or spicy videos I don't want the general public to see. The only way to do it is to join for $3 a month. You can cancel anytime. So if you want to just walk around and poke around and see how things go, you can do that too. Ian Mascal is one and dropped $2 super chat for coffee. Thank you so much, Ian. I really appreciate that. Celebrate. All right. That helps support my channel. Goes towards technology, wild trips, those kind of things. Maybe I haven't decided how to use them all, but thank you. It does help me out. Makes me want to keep going more. Next Dugroz data point here. We're going to share this tab instead. Right, like that. This is on my Hilton Surpass card. It says, "Nice job, Douglas. You have won free rewards. Free night award earned with your Hilton Honors Amex credit card." Again, this refers to the Hilton Surpass card. So with the Hilton Surpass, if you spend $15,000 in one calendar year, you get a free night at any Hilton property that's uncapped, as long as they have standard room availability. Maybe I'll go to the Maldives for one night. Who knows? That's right up my alley. This first year, it was the same year that I signed up. I signed up way back in January, and I already put $3,000 towards the sign-up bonus. So instead of needing to do a full $15,000, it kind of felt like I only need to do an extra $12,000. So, is that worth doing? Well, I thought about it this way. So if you earn 3 points per dollar on everything with Hilton, that comes out to, drop my calculator, that comes out to 45,000 Hilton points. And let's just say, for the sake of easy math, we value that at 0.5 cents each. That's the buy-in value. So that's probably good. I hit the wrong button big time. That was like $25,000 of value. Times 0.005. That's $225 in value. And then how can I reasonably value that free night certificate? Well, when I said the Maldives earlier, I was being facetious because one of my pet peeves is people who, anytime they talk about free night certificates, choose the highest possible value of any Hilton anywhere in the entire world and take it completely out of context, not talking about expenses, how to get there, those kind of things. A more realistic example, next summer when we end our European trip in Frankfurt, Germany, there's a Hilton right in the middle of Frankfurt that looks very nice. And I think it was probably $350-ish per night per room. So let's add that on. So that would be the point earnings plus the free night value. If I value the free night at $350, $575, and I had to do $15,000 of spend. That comes out to cashback equivalent of 3.8 cents per point. That's really not too bad. It's not nearly as good as a sign-up bonus, but it's pretty hard to get more than 3.8 cents per point or 3.8% cashback equivalent on any card in that everything else category. Now, of course, the tricky part is, other than sign-up bonuses, how much everywhere else spend do I really have? So would you do it after the first year? Do you think it's worthwhile? Well, it depends. I mean, if you really are going to the Maldives anyway, and you value that at $1,000, then it's really worthwhile. So I'd be curious, any of you, do you go for the Hilton Surpass free night certificate, spend $15,000 after the first year? Until recently, I would have said there's no card where you can get more than 3.8% cashback equivalent on everything else spend. But now we have that US Bank Smartly card, and depending on how things are set up, it is hypothetically possible. Yuri G says, I'm doing it right now on 2 cards at grocery stores. Now, grocery stores, you earn double. You earn 6 points per dollar instead of 3, and that makes it really worthwhile. Professor X says, I intend to use my Surpass for groceries, maybe some gas, so 1 free night award and 90,000 points. I've actually thought about switching my grocery card over to the Surpass. I haven't decided yet, but we'll see. John R says, I'm going to the Maldives, see if I can find my player 2 there. I don't know how many unconnected women are just roving around the Maldives, John. I'll leave that up to you to decide. I think Maldives is kind of a 2-person vacation. Not really for solos, not really for families. I could be wrong. Please correct me if I am. Ian says, my data point for the week is that no lifetime languages are still the best thing ever. I've been in pop-up jail for about half a year and haven't been able to get anything. I got instant approval last night for a $200K offer. Oh, that's cool. What card was it, Ian? I'm guessing at $200K, that was probably either the Platinum or the Business Platinum, one of the two. Yuri G did $10K in the last few days and says, I will definitely do this next year too before I convert it to an Aspire. A lot of Russians are going to the Maldives. Oh, okay. So the Maldives must have a slightly cozier relationship with Russia than we do here in the States. John says, yeah, that was a joke. Oh, okay. I couldn't decide whether to make a joke about the joke or joke that I didn't understand. So sorry. It's early, so instead I had awkward laughter. My apologies, John. Next, Dugroz data point. Where were we? I completely forgot. Oh, yeah, the Hilton free night certificate. I'm back to sharing my screen. I'll need to make this big and nice. So I have a group of diehards here who are at or have passed their 12-month anniversary as a Dugroz diehard. Last month I had exactly 1, but right now we have these individuals: Jacob Hess, Scott Saul, Filmo78, and Sean D, as well as Chad Pennycuff, have all hit their 12-month anniversary. So that's pretty awesome. Thank you for that, everyone. Oh, hold on. We got another starred comment here. Oh, my word. Xavier comes in with a $99.99 super chat. Am I reading that correctly? I think I am. Let's go. Celebrate. Celebrate. All right. Thank you, Xavier. Oh, man. What a die hard. I wish there was some little button I could push to show a GIF of people like flipping out. Like, everyone uses that one GIF of like, I think it's some people in England watching a soccer game on the big screen, and then they all go crazy when something happens. Let's just pretend that GIF is appearing on the screen right now. So thank you, Xavier. Whether that was a mistake or not, I'm not sure. Maybe you meant $9.99, but I really, really appreciate it. That's going to be my biggest gift ever by a factor of 4. I think the previous big one was $25. John R says, whoa, Xavier coming in hot. Ian clarifies that he was talking about the Biz Gold 10K spend for a no lifetime language offer. Link in Discord. That's not bad. And I actually have a data point on that. I'll go ahead and shift to that right now since we're still in Dugroz data points. My wife got a $175,000 business gold offer in the mail 2 or 3 months ago. Didn't take advantage of it. This week, she got the exact same offer again, 175,000 Amex MR points. It's the same $15,000 in spend. Now, we just finished up her business platinum $15,000 spend, so I don't think I have the bandwidth to go for this one, but man, I really want to. So yeah, 175K targeted, so for sure you're not going to have to worry about like a pop-up or anything like that. I'll check to see if I can refer her. Maybe with some creative thinking, I could figure out a way. But right now, I don't know if that's possible or not, but sure would be awesome. But another thing this confirms is that for the business cards, the platinum and the gold, you don't have the family language that makes you go in order. She already got the business platy, and now she's being offered the gold business platy. So it is possible to go in kind of the backwards-ish order. Chad's Money Minutes here. Hey, Dugroz. Hey, Chad. How you doing? Yuri says, I think it takes a few weeks to finish $15 for Stephen Pepper. I know who Stephen Pepper is, but I'm not exactly sure what that comment means. Sorry. Xavier ID has been off the chain lately with Super Chat, stacking good karma, Xavier. And how you doing, Professor X? Good to see you. Ian says, what do you do for a living? Every chat. Good Lord, man. Well, maybe he got a bonus. I met Xavier down in New Orleans, so I know what he does for a living. I'll let him be the one to share that. Oh, he chose to share. Railroad transportation. The railroad industry is doing well this year, let's assume. Something to do with sending trains and people who work on trains where they go when they need to go there. John says, lol and nice, and you're probably correct, Yuri. And we already got that one. And Ian is flexing. John says that wasn't a mistake. That's just Xavier being Xavier. Super good dude. He is a super good dude. Plus, he introduced me to a new kind of biscuits and gravy down in New Orleans. Yep, we already talked about that mostly. Let's see. Yuri says I'm at 15K, not $15. Okay, now that makes a lot more sense. It takes a few weeks for Stephen Pepper to finish 15K. Yeah, well, he's on the road all the time. And I only have the gross spending justify one surpass. That is awesome for you. Too easy is here. What's up, good sir? What's up indeed? Thank you again, Xavier. All right. Next up, this is something from Doctor of Credit. Good news for those of you who have the aforementioned Business Platinum. American Express Business Platinum extends their Dell, Adobe, and Indeed credit. Now, so you get some credits with your Business Platinum. The one that I'm interested in is the $400 Dell statement credit. Actually, now that I think about it, I do use Adobe Spark. It's like $9.99 a month. I wonder if that would trigger the Adobe credit. Does anybody know, does Adobe Spark work with the Amex business credit? Right now, I've got it on my State Farm business card issued by US Bank. And if I make every payment 12 in a row, it'll give me like a $100 statement credit. So I've got it mostly covered, so I'm not too worried. But if we keep that card into the future, maybe it's something to think about. But what excites me more is the $400 Dell statement credit up to $200 biannual. So this is a reminder, if you have the Business Platinum, buy something with Dell before the end of the year, And I remember from previous purchases, they don't charge your card until the item ships. So don't wait until December 31st. I would order it before Christmas Day, maybe even try to get it in by like December 21st, just in case there's a little bit of a delay. Now, what's also weird is it says here that that Dell credit has been extended to June 30th of next year, which is kind of a weird time to end. So really only the first $200 is guaranteed because it's a per semester thing. If anyone has any more information about that, by all means, let us know. Cesar Joel is here. No problem being late. Ian says it has to be Adobe Teams. That's the only thing that works. Well, that's dumb. And then he also says, I don't really like the Dell credit, especially since they've stopped selling a lot of the third-party accessories that make it worthwhile or lucrative. Yeah. In fact, my hue lights in the background, I don't know if you can see it, but there is a slight blue hue in the background that I use for my videos. I haven't figured out yet, and admittedly I haven't taken much time to figure out how to make this widescreen on StreamYard. I might have to get the upgraded version to do that. But let me just turn them off here. See, that blue light went away. And then it comes back. That's thanks to the hue lights I got with a Dell credit. And yes, we've hit that time of day where the Venetian blinds, the holes go right up and down my face. That's a time of year thing. Good morning, Cesar. Indeed. All right. Excuse me. Have to snort my nose a little here. $42 people are on board. I don't know how many have clicked the like button, but if you haven't yet, please click the like button. That would help. And if we had a contest for who can do the largest super chat, I'm pretty sure Xavier won. But how about we see who can give the smallest super chat this morning? That would be interesting. Another diehard has arrived. Chad Pennycuff, good to see you. Xavier says, I keep getting Business Gold mailers. Might have to actually jump on one. Well, just put some super chats on and then you should be able to meet that minimum spend pretty easily. Do you usually get something useless from Dell? I don't know. I haven't really established a pattern or anything, and I don't know if they even sell those hue lights anymore. The last time I had one was at the end of 22, I think. Can't remember. Flying Ryan has arrived. Also a diehard. I keep drinking coffee and it's not kicking in. Good morning. Well, maybe get some Mountain Dew going or something like that. All right. We have finished the electronic Dugroz diehards. Let's do some tangible Dugroz diehards, paper or metal as the case may be. So I am holding a US Bank Altitude Reserve card. This is the older version. I actually like the older version where it has kind of an arrow on it, although I will admit maybe it's looking just a little dated. Well, guess what? This card expires in March of 2025, and they already sent me my replacement cards. So here's what it looks like. So the old design I won't get anymore. Of course, new people can't jump on it anyway. So is that upside down? Is this upside down? That's upside down. And actually, my two teenage boys are all authorized users. So I actually have 3 of them here. 3 reserve physical cards. They're all the same card, really. Just me and 2 authorized users. US Bank Altitude Reserve used to charge for authorized user, I think it was $75 each, but a couple years ago they made them free, so that's good. So yeah, that's the old card. You're probably not going to see it much anymore. Which do you like better, the old card or the new one? I think I still like the nostalgia of the old card. I might keep it around for a little while. And if I don't remember by next week, remind me to upgrade what is in my mobile wallet with that card. Yuri thinks the old design is better, and I think I agree. He also says they stopped sending me and Player 2 Target offers Business Gold. I guess they don't like me anymore. Ian says I booked the Hilton Curio Collection in Old San Juan for a night in 2 weeks. Oh, well, that's random, but also awesome. Flying Ryan likes the old card. Xavier likes the new card. Professor X likes the new card. John likes it. He was able to get it last week. So John R., channel name John's Travel and Credit. Go out and check him out. Give him a big subscription and thumbs up. He did a video. It's called something like I Lied to You. Cesar thinks that's a great place. San Juan, Puerto Rico. What would you know about Puerto Rico, Cesar? I'm kidding. Ian likes the old. And Chad says, how does the US Bank handle AUs? Do you see charges broken out by person? Can you put spending limits on them like Amex? To be honest with you, Chad, I just plain don't remember. I think there's maybe only been once or twice ever that I've actually handed my kid the physical card. I'm just doing it so they can be, piggy banking off my credit for when they get old enough to use credit. Another interesting development is American Express sent me a letter about a business checking account. Now, this is not your normal solicitation type letter. You can tell that looks a little different. And I won't show it to you because it's got some confidential information on it. But the gist of the letter was this. Hi, Dugroz reports. The Internal Revenue Service has notified us that the name and taxpayer ID number on your business checking account does not match a name and number on any combination with the Social Security Administration or the IRS. And the bottom line is, and I don't know how this happened because I've only ever applied for business cards with Amex using my personal Social Security number and marked it as a sole proprietor. But somehow, I don't know how, on the business checking account, Amex does not have me listed as a sole proprietor. They think my actual business name is Dugroz Reports. And just for the record, I've never filed an LLC or an LLP. I've never filed an official business change name. So legally, I can't use Dugroz Report as a trade name. I just want to put it on my card. My theory and speculation is when I signed up for the business platinum originally back in 21 or 22, whenever that was, it was a combo offer of like, if you sign up for the business checking and the business platinum at the same time, meet both requirements, you get 200,000 points, which is ironic because now my wife signed up for just the card and got $250,000. So I think somehow maybe the credit card system and the banking system didn't talk to each other because all I did was fill out one application. It didn't explain that my name isn't Dugroz Report. So I called Amex. Good customer service as always. A real live American human answered the phone and explained to me, yeah, I don't know why, but we have your legal name down on the checking account as Dugroz Reports. And I said, do I need to do this for any of my cards? Said, nope, just the checking account, and even put me on hold and check with their legal team. Said, yep, all I have to do is fill out a form. I think it's called a W-9, request for taxpayer identification and certification. I think I can show the top part without showing anything confidential. So I just have to fill that out, basically saying, my name is Douglas Rose, not Dugroz Reports, and here's my Social Security number. And then they'll be happy. But has anybody else gotten that weird confusion, especially if you did the combo offer a few years ago? Greetings from John to Cesar. Chad says, my wife is a ghetto authorized user on my US bar. Just added her to Apple Wallet. And then Yuri answered Chad's question. Says, yes, I just add this card to all the mobile wallets. I never got a real AU card. I'm still wondering about his question about, though, can you put spending limits on them like with Amex? I'm not sure. Mojo says, I tend to that letter to send the info of the W-9 document back ASAP as they placed a restriction on my friend's business checking account. Yeah, they told me I have 30 days, and they sent me an email link. This conversation just happened like Wednesday or Thursday, but thank you for giving me an admonition to be prompt, Mojo. I appreciate that. All right. This is interesting as well. Wells Fargo wants to mail me some stuff, and they mailed me a business Signify card. I don't know if I'd call it a targeted offer, but just a mailer. It's 2% cash back and their normal $500 bonus after spending $5,000. But the weird thing is I already have the business Signify. So is this a weird targeted thing where I can get more than one business Signify with Wells Fargo? If only Matt Clausen was here, he would probably be the one to know. He's Mr. Wells Fargo. Have any of you tried to get more than one Signify? Same EIN, same Social Security number, or whatever. I don't know if it would work or not. It's a good offer, 0% interest for the first year. I'm tempted to try, but I don't know if they would smack me down later. So that's just an interesting thing. Or is it just like Chase, their marketing system is just generic and it's like, just send this to everyone, that kind of thing. I'm sure we've all had like targeted Chase offers before when we're over 524 and they're like, oh, maybe they're going to let us bypass 524, and then they don't. And then the last physical mailer that I got is Marriott. Marriott Bonvoy sent me an offer, and I don't know if this is targeted or not. It's a little different than their normal offer. I can get $350 as a Marriott Bonvoy gift card plus 50,000 bonus points. Now, as I look it up here on the inside, it says the gift card, you treat yourself in your next stay at a hotel participating in Marriott Bonvoy. It says the trying to find fine print. The problem is I can't tell, are there gift cards like Hilton gift cards where it's really hard to use it to make a booking and you only can use it on dining and that kind of stuff? I don't know. So is this a better offer than their normal offer? $350 gift card plus 50,000 bonus points. I'm guarding my 524 carefully. Hey, this is an example right here. Would they let me violate 524? Tempted to find out, but I also want to try for another ink, but I don't know how well that would work, all things considered. So if anybody has any data points about that to share, a Dugroz fan data point, that would be great. Ian says, signifies my next card. I've got to wait another 30 days. And asking Cesar about a flight. And then I have a mild sauce packet here from Taco Bell. A debate I'm having in my mind is Taco Bell versus Taco John's. I actually like both, but Taco Bell is definitely less expensive. So if you have an opinion, if you live in the Midwest or Wyoming or any place with Taco John's, let me know. Taco Bell, Taco John's, Taco Bell, Taco John's. Which do you like better? All right. That takes care of all of the Dugroz data points. Again, we got 45 people on board, and I think we can drive more people in here. The theme of the day is Mutant credit cards, and I'm going to get into a slideshow about that in just a moment here, and I think a lot of people will like this theme. So if you haven't clicked like already, that'll bring more people in. John says Taco Bell does code as dining. Please give me one moment here. I need to take my asthma inhaler. All right. I'm just getting stuff fired up here, folks. Sorry, taking a little too much time. Oops. Oh, did I disappear? Can you see me? Oh, that was freaky. Okay. Let's go with this for now. Okay. John likes Taco John's, and Tui says the ink train is dead. The only thought I have is my wife has never had the ink unlimited, so there's still a possibility there, although that wouldn't help me at all. Okay, so where were we? Let's proceed. Make your own Mutant credit cards. Credit cards. So here was the inspiration for this. When my boys, who are now teenagers, were 2 years old, we had this toy, and I'm not sure what it was called. It wasn't the one on the screen here, but it was kind of like this. It was like a mix and match toy, but it had refrigerator magnets that were 3D, that were vehicles. You had trucks and trains and boats and cars and helicopters and airplanes, and you could mix and match them together. Now, there was only a front half and a back half. And, you're 18 months old, you're 24 months old. It was just to get you to do something halfway right. And if you put the first half of the train, the back half of the train on, it would play a little happy song about trains. Speaking of trains, the gravy train. But if you messed it up, it would play a different funny song. Let's say you're doing a train and a boat. It would be something kind of like this. It would say, you put a train in front and a boat behind. Put them together and what do you find? Dun, dun, dun. A train boat? That's silly. Da-da-da-da-da. So it was kind of this funny song that's been stuck in my head for about 14 years now about putting the front end of something together with the back end of something else. So that's what we're going to talk about today, just for fun. For example, you put the platinum in front and the attune behind. Put them together, and what do you find? Dun, dun, dun. A platinum attune? That's silly. Dun, 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 dun. Cesar likes my little song. So I don't know, what would that mutant card get you? Like, you'd get all the benefits of the platinum, but you could also get like 4x on pet food stores and hair salons and things like that. So yeah, that would be an overpowered card, but we'd have to make the of course make the annual fee a little more expensive to account for that increase in benefits. Cesar knows that I am a very good singer. I probably should be trying out for American Idol. Do they have an age limit? I thought you had to be under 43 or something like that. So might be a little too late for me. I can go on The Voice. How about that? All right. This is just completely random and interesting. When I was making a thumbnail for this video, I use AI on Adobe Spark, and I told it, give me mutant superhero powers and a cool helmet, and it'll give you 4 or 5 options. This was apparently the best it could come up with. I like how I have the superpower of creating some sort of orb like Ken and Ryu from Street Fighter 2. Hayuken. But then I also have the helmet that's like a 1930s football player leather helmet being held on by an elastic strap that hooks up to my glasses. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Let's keep going here with the mutant credit cards. So we've got a few different rules we need to know about these mutant credit cards. We're going to play a game. At the end of this live stream, you're going to get to vote on them. So let me know what you think. Combine any 2 credit cards, and you're going to need to describe what are the features of this new mutant super card. And when I say you will need to describe, so earlier this week, I asked for feedback on my community tab on my YouTube page, and I'm going to use one of my ideas, and the other ideas are going to come from you, the viewers. You need to account for a higher annual fee, if applicable. If there's no annual fee already, then add $50 to $100 ish. It's really subjective. Is it too good to be true? Well, this is a little hard to identify because it's sort of like when Star Wars fans get together and debate something and they're like, oh, that would never happen. And what they mean is that would never happen within the realm of the Star Wars universe. We accept the fact you can travel through hyperspace, that aliens exist, and that the Force is real. But let's be honest, you could never actually have multiple Star Destroyers with planet-destroying lasers. I mean, that's where I draw the line, So, too good to be true? Well, all of these are too good to be true, but if somehow, hypothetically, we could pull a Who Framed Roger Rabbit, who got Warner Brothers and Disney to cooperate, I can somehow convince American Express and Capital One to cooperate. And let's say in this ridiculous hypothetical world they did, within that hypothetical ridiculous world, it can't be too good to be true. So you can't make a mutant card that's like, here's a card with no annual fee that earns 10 Amex points per dollar on everything and gives you unlimited Centurion visits. It has to at least be pretend realistic. Does that make sense? I don't know if it makes sense or not. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. And then next up, I decided not to combine the US Bank Altitude Reserve with real points like Chase URs or Citi Thank You points or American Express membership rewards, because that would just be too easy and too powerful. So if you're one of the people out there that's like, I want the US Bank Altitude Reserve, but I want it as a Chase Ultimate Rewards earning card, sorry, that one just seems too fanciful. That's like midichlorians. It couldn't possibly exist. And then maybe last but not least, why is it that I can't use the US Bank Altitude Reserve? Why won't I allow too good to be true combinations? Well, I'm going to tell you. I'll be right back. I'm still here. Don't go anywhere. because I'm the referee, doggone it. I get to decide. So too bad. All right. So let's press ahead. Let's dive in and see what we got. But before I do, I'll catch up on just a few comments here. Cesar Joel likes the concept. Says any Strata Premier Mutant card would be powerful. You're going to like this then, Cesar. Hang in there. John R. likes it. And Chris Sevi is here. How you doing, Chris? Wants to see the Chase Sapphire Reserve combined with the Apple card. We went down in viewership a little. We went down to 39. We were at 45. So click the thumbs up button if you haven't done so. That way more people will show up here. Remember, drop a super chat or a super sticker for 99 cents if you can, or $1.50. If you can give a super chat that doesn't end in 99 or 0, I will give you 2,000 Dugroz points. And John doesn't ever want us to leave again. All right, I won't go too far. All right, let's dive in. I've got an honorable mention here. Frankly, this is just the honorable mention because I used it in the thumbnail and I thought it was confusing for people. The Chase Blue Cash Aeroplan card. So what would this card be like? What would this card do? Well, it would have these features. It would have the best of both cards. It would have 3x in online retail with a $6,000 a year cap. It would have 3x on gas, again, with a $6,000 cap. And this is earning Aeroplan points. It's issued by Chase. It earns Aeroplan points. 3x on grocery and dining. Now, that's uncapped. So if you run through your... No, I was going to say if you run through your grocery, it doesn't have a 6x on grocery. That would be the preferred version. That would be overpowerful. Tweet, foul. But uncapped grocery dining, not bad. You're still going to get your $84 credit on Disney, Hulu, or ESPN Plus. How is it that they're making that arrangement? They're Chase, they're not Amex. I don't know, but somehow they did. And you'll get a 10% bonus when you transfer 50,000 points or more, still, just like you do now at the Aeroplan points from Chase to Aeroplan. And you get 1.25, pay yourself back on travel. Now, right now, the Aeroplan card has a $99, maybe it's $95 annual fee. We're going to have to bump that up a little. We're going to have to increase that by $50 because you got the credit here. You've got these two new 3X categories. So what do you think? Would you go for the Chase Blue Cash Aeroplan card? I think that's a pretty good card. This one's not one we're going to vote on. This is just the honorable mention candidate here. But I thought it's pretty good. So hopefully now you get the idea. We're smashing two cards together and taking the best of both worlds. And probably we're going to be increasing the annual fee. King Sam knows that card is overpowered. Hey, how you doing, King Sam? I believe I have one of your suggestions later in this video, so stay tuned. All right, so the first real candidate we have is the Amex Venture X Gold card. So I put the name of the issuer at the front. Even though it's called the Amex Venture X Gold, this is a card issued by Amex. So yes, this is earning membership rewards points. Now, one thing you need to know is that I'm an idea man. I'm not really a graphic designer, so maybe this isn't the best card ever in terms of looks, but wait till you see what the card does. I think you're going to like it. So this card, hat tip to me, I came up with this one. All the other cards are from a viewer. So what does the Amex Venture X Gold do? Well, it gives you, of course, John R. will know this. It gives you 4x on dining, and that's capped at $50K a year. It gives you 4x on groceries. That's capped at $25K a year. And it gives you 2x on everything else. Well, hey, who needs a Blue Business Plus anymore? I've got my 2x on everything else with my Amex Venture X Gold card. You're going to get some credits. You're going to get a lot of credits. You're going to get $120 a year on Uber, and that's broken down, of course, $10 a month. You're going to get $84 a year at Dunkin' Donuts. Well, thank goodness. That's going to be $7 a month. You're going to get $100 at Resi, just like the current gold card, 50 in the first semester, 50 in the second semester. And then, of course, we're taking the best of both worlds. So we've got the Venture X feature also. You're going to get a $300 portal credit if you book a hotel, flight, rental car, tour, whatever, through the membership rewards portal using cash. There'll be a little button you can click for a $300 off coupon every year. And then they'll just straight up give you 10,000 points a year. Well, that's pretty nice. Remember, these are Amex MR points. You'll get 5x or 10x on portal bookings. I think it's 5x on flights, 10x on hotels and rental cars. That's for cash bookings made in the portal. You're going to get Capital One lounges and Priority Pass lounges. Remember, we're taking the best of both worlds. So the Amex Gold does not have Centurion lounge access, but the Venture X does have Capital One lounges. Now, how did Amex convince Capital One to let them use their lounges for one specific card? I don't know, frankly. But like I said, it's like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You've got Disney and Warner Brothers getting along. You've got Coke and Pepsi holding hands. You've got cats and dogs. Somehow they made an arrangement. Two different references to Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and I haven't heard from my resident Disney fan, Chad Pennycuff, yet. I wonder if he has any references or thoughts on Who Framed Roger Rabbit. This has a somewhat steep annual fee. We got to account for all this goodness here. We're going to have a $650 annual fee. Why $650? How did I come up with that? Well, I'm the referee. I decide. So that's how. So if you add all these together, you got 100 and 100. That's 200, 84. Take the 20. Now you're up to 300. You got 300 here. That's 600. And then the free points, let's just do penny points. If I that's 700. So yeah, you've got a net annual fee of negative $50. So you're really coming out ahead. King Sam says, I was thinking 700. I think you could make a very good case for $700. And for the record, Chad thinks Space Jam is superior to Roger Rabbit. Yeah, anyhow. So that is I think that's the last. Yeah, went a little too far. That's the last point on the Venture X Gold. So let's catch up on opinions here. That was related to the previous example, the honorable mention, blue aeroplan. Yuri says, sorry, folks, I just got on oh, this is the other Yuri. I'm sorry. How you doing, Yuri? Yuri Isbu. Sorry, folks, I just got on the stream. Mutant cards. All I can say is cowabunga. Oh, I should have thought of a theme song, Yuri. That's a great point. Overpowered mutant credit cards. Overpowered mutant credit cards. Super good credit cards. Card power. That was really bad. I'm sorry, but something like that. Cesar said, I would pay $700 for that card. Raise your hand. Who else would pay $650 or $700 for the Amex Venture X Gold? I would. I think that makes it worthwhile, and then I don't really have any need to have the Venture X, so I could have one less issuer to do with. And if we compare the Capital One transfer partners to the Amex transfer partners, I think it's pretty obvious that Amex has the advantage there. Xavier would also. All right, remember, click the thumbs up button, drop a teeny tiny super chat. That'll drive more people in to watch it here. I've got 45 people on board, which is good. I was hoping we get a few more than this. Ian Wood says, but I'd want the cap switched more in grocery, less in dining. Yeah, I would like that too, but I'm not the one who made that decision. I just copied that from the existing gold card. And please get rid of U.S. supermarkets only. Yeah, it should be all supermarkets. Yuri G would not pay for the card. All right, so that's the Amex Venture X Gold. And again, remember, stay tuned because at the end, you're going to get to vote. Invite your friends to come along. One moment. We've got 4 of these mutant cards, so we're a quarter of the way there. All right, so the next suggestion comes from King Sam himself, King Sam Visuals. I nominate the Altitude Connect plus the Freedom Unlimited. Transferable UR points earner. It would make a killer 95 to 150 card, RIP Amex Green. And when you said RIP Amex Green, my thought is you're probably thinking of the Business Connect version, not the Personal Connect version. That's my assumption, at least. So that's what I rolled with. If that's wrong, I apologize. Oh, hey, Xavier, who already dropped a nearly $100 super chat, dropped a $1.99 super chat to help people come on board. Thank you so much. Still waiting for the challenge of somebody who can do a super chat that doesn't end in a 9 or a 0. So if you can figure out a way to do like a $1.87 super chat, that would be cool. All right, let's keep going with King Sam's idea here. So we have the Chase Connect Unlimited. Again, I'm not much of a graphic artist. It's issued by Chase. You can see right there, it's got the Chase logo on it. It's called the Unlimited, even though it does have some limits. But I like the big word connect. We're gonna stick with what U.S. Bank does, like on the reserve, and have the big word along the side. If any of you want to design these cards, like if somebody who actually knows what they're doing with graphic design wanted to take all 4 of the cards today and make a cool graphic of them, I would not be able to pay you, but I would give you a big time shout out and tell people to go watch your channel or your YouTube or whatever, however you want to be noticed. So we have the pardon me, Chase Connect Unlimited. This earns UR points. Remember, 4x on travel, gas, or EV, and that's a cap of 150K combined per year. So it's not fully unlimited, but a lot of it's unlimited. Then we got to bring in the Chase side of things. We've got 3x on dining and drug stores and 2x on cell phones. That's a Connect feature. And of course, 1.5x on everything else, because we have to make Kevin Hart happy because he loves the unlimited 1.5 and everything else. So everything about it is truly unlimited except the travel, gas, and EV part. But if you're spending 150K combined, you're a big time high roller. You get 5x on all portal travel. That's not terrible. And how much does this cost? Well, the normal Business Connect is $99. So to bring it onto the Chase platform to get your 3x in dining and drugstores, your 2x in cell phones, your 1x, 0.5x, and everything else, I think we got to raise the annual fee by about $50. Again, I'm the referee. I decide. So the Chase Connect Unlimited comes with a $150 annual fee. Oops, I went too far. So what are your thoughts on this card? Is this a card you would go for? Josh Giebel is here. We're taking cards and mushing them together, Josh, and we get to vote at the end. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Ian Mascal figured it out. He came through a $1.89 super chat. Celebrate. Thank you, Ian. I figured it was possible somehow. Can you tell us how it's possible? Do you have to do it on a desktop? Do you have to do it on a laptop or a phone or figure out some awesome thing? I forgot to do celebrate for Xavier's second chat. I appreciate that. Don't forget the 4 Priority Pass visits. Oh, I forgot. I'm so sorry, King Sam. Hey, you know what? The great thing about live TV is I can edit it on the fly. Let's just do that. 4 PP visits per year. Yes, I do call them PPs, so just deal with that. There. Okay. Fixed it. Thanks, King Sam. Appreciate that. So you also get 4 Priority Pass visits per year. Yuri would not go for this card. Ian would pass on this card. Josh, I don't know if he'd go for it or not, but he loves the idea. Ian says he did his $1.87 super chat on a desktop. That's what I thought. Josh saw the tail end of the Venture Gold would get, probably passing on the Connect Unlimited. Awesome. Again, if you haven't yet done so, please click thumbs up. Let's bring more people in here. Let's keep going with our Mutant credit cards and see what else the community's come up with. We're halfway done. Little shorter presentation today. 2 different people, both of whom, as far as I know, are still on board. Ian K says, for my lifestyle, I guess I'd get the Strata Premier. It's the same as the Strata Premier, just with a Russian accent, and the Amex Platinum. And Cesar Joel says the Venture X and Strata Premier could be nice. Amex Platinum and Strata Premier. Any mutation that includes the Strata Premier. Well, let's go with what Ian said on top. Let's go with what Cesar said in the middle here. And we are going to launch. Well, first I have a question. Is it going to be an Amex card or is it going to be a Citi card? I'm going to say, because I'm the referee, I get to decide, this is going to be a Citi card. Why? If it was Amex, it would just be too good. And again, within our ridiculous Teenage Mutant credit card community, pretending it's real, we can't go too far. So what do we have to offer here? We have the Citi Strata Platinum. And somehow, I'm not sure how Citi did get this, they convinced American Express to let them borrow their Centurion logo. Very cool. And it's almost like they just pasted over the word Premier. That's weird. So the Citi Strata Platinum card, what does this get you? Well, first of all, it gets you 3x on dining, grocery, and gas, as well as EV. Uncapped. That's borrowing from the Citi Strata, of course. And it gets you 3x on hotels, direct with hotels. That's the best of the Citi side of the equation. 5x on flights. Well, that's a feature of the Platy, directly with the airline. You also get 5x on portal flights. You get 10x on portal hotels and car rentals if you pay with cash, not if you pay with points. For lounges, again, I'm not sure how they did this, but somehow Citi convinced American Express to let them use their lounges. So you're going to get your Centurion Lounge access plus Priority Pass. Now, the Centurion Lounges, you're not going to get a free guest unless you spend a whole bunch of money. It's the same rules that you have on the Platinum or the Business Platinum, but at least you're getting into the Centurion Lounge. There's probably an authorized user annual fee for 150, 175, whatever. Credits. Oh, man. Are there going to be credits? You know that this one is going to be a big-time coupon book. We've got $100 off a single hotel stay of $500 or more booked through the portal. That came from the Citi side. You're also going to have a $200 FHR credit. Now, because I'm the referee and I decided you can combine those two things. So if you make a single hotel booking in their portal of $500 or more, and it happens to be an FHR, you're going to trigger both credits. You're going to trigger your FHR credit and your $100 once a year hotel booking credit. What do you think of that? That's pretty nice. You get $200 in airline incidental credits for one airline that you can pick, just like you do with the Platinum right now. You get your $200 in Uber credits, and of course, that's $20 a month. Then in December, you get $30 or however that works out. And just to show how elite you are, of course, you're going to get your Walmart Plus credit. You're going to get your $240 Disney, Hulu, ESPN Plus, New York Times, Peacock, digital entertainment, whichever one you choose credit. That's $20 monthly broken down. You're going to get your $199 clear credit. You're going to get your twice a year $50 Saks credit. That's $100. So you know the way they're going to market it is they're going to say you get over $1,350 in credits, and that's just the ones I've added up. There's probably going to be a bunch of other mostly useless credits here that they would actually say over 2,000. But just the ones on the screen here is more than $1,350 in value. So how much do you think this card would cost an annual fee? Well, you know it's going to be a lot. It's got to be more. It's got to be more than the current Platinum. This is a $1,000 annual fee credit card, the Citi Strata Platinum. I mean, you get all this stuff. Would you pick up this card? Would you get the option? Now, you're going to have the Citi transfer partners. That's what Cesar pointed out. You're not going to have the Amex transfer partners. Let's see what other people are doing. Cesar is just super happy about this card. Arnally is here. It's been a while, Arnally. Fun idea. Thank you. I appreciate it. Ian wishes this was an Amex card, not a Citi card, and is booing the fact that it's a Citi card. I like how we're emotionally invested in fake cards that don't exist. That's pretty awesome. And they call it Prestige. If it doesn't come with Lounge Access, Delta, and Amex, then it's useless to me. Okay. John R says, I'm just drinking some coffee and enjoying a Dugroz stream. Cesar thought it'd be $8.50. Yuri thinks it's $1,000, but Cesar would still get it even for $1,000. Ian doesn't want it because it doesn't have Delta. No thanks. Doesn't have Delta lounges, but or maybe it does. Whatever lounge access the Platinum gives you, let's just say it has that, okay? I'm the referee, I decide. And I can't remember what it's been changed to. Starting next year, I think you get 4 Delta lounges a year, something like that. Yuri would not get it since he already has the Prestige. Okay. Good point there. All right, so what do you think? The Citi Strata Platinum. We are 3/4 of the way through our Mutant cards. Click thumbs up if you haven't done so yet. And let's keep going. So we also have a suggestion from Drummer Jess. He says, Amex is taking over the Aeroplan card. Just kidding. I would love the US Bank Altitude Reserve plus the Bilt MasterCard. 3x on mobile wallet and dining, and then redeeming with either real-time rewards or Bilt's awesome transfer partners. Well, I have good news and bad news, Drummer Jess. The bad news is we've got a penalty here because I decided not to combine US Bank Altitude Reserve with real points. It's just too powerful. So this is going to have to be a cash back card. Yeah, that would be amazing. Imagine if the Bilt card added 3x on mobile wallet and then let you redeem at 1.5x or Bilt's awesome transfer partners. That would be amazing. The annual fee would have to be so high. I don't think it's possible even within our ridiculous fake world. But let's see what it would be like as a US Bank card. Of course, in our hypothetical Mutant card world, US Bank still doesn't know how to do transfer partners. So these are just cash back cards, essentially. We have the US Bank Altitude Bilt card. Somehow, maybe Wells Fargo ticked them off just a little too much. So in this hypothetical world, Bilt is now issued by US Bank and doesn't have transfer partners anymore, but they still have all their other stuff. So just a reminder, no transfer partners. You have 1x on rent, just like always. Now, of course, you have to have your 5 minimum transactions per month. You have 3x on dining, travel, and mobile wallet on this card with these really cool graphics. Actually, I think if you took the actual US Bank logo and merged it into their charcoal gray card, it actually could look pretty nifty. You get 5x on portal hotels and car rentals. Rent day doubles things just like normal as long as you have your 5 total transactions in the month. But they still have that rule where the max you can double is 1,000 extra. So if you use your mobile wallet, so normally you get 3x would be an extra 3x. So really $333.33 would be the most you could take advantage of for that doubling on rent day. You still get your real-time rewards. Send them a text message, send it back, and you can redeem with any travel for 1.5x. You do still get the same credit that the Altitude Reserve has right now. You get your $325 travel or dining credit. So what would this look like? How much would this cost? Well, right now the Altitude Reserve has $400 as their annual fee. I forgot the lounge stuff. You get 8 Priority Pass lounge visits per year, and you can make that yourself, a guest, or mix and match however you want. And of course, all the normal protections like primary rental car and all that stuff. $400. Well, it's got to be more than that. How much would you pay? How much did I think they're going to up it? Because what you're adding is the 1x on rent. You're adding dining. Now, you can get dining with mobile wallet right now, but I've always wished the Altitude Reserve would give you dining, even if you just, hand them your card, because not all places take tap to pay. So for that and the rent day doubling, how much extra would you pay? I've decided we're going to up this by $100. So this is a $500 annual fee card. So would you get this? Would you get the US Bank Altitude Bilt card? Where were we? Ian said, okay, 1,000 works. He's talking about the previous card, the Citi Strata Platinum card. Matt Clausen has arrived, said, I strongly believe US Bank doesn't have a clue what they are doing. Interesting. Do you think if US Bank took over the Bilt card, Matt, and had this exact setup, you would get it? We're playing Mutant credit cards. We're living in this fantasy world where you can convince issuers to join together. Josh would get this card as well. You know what? I would too. I would take my existing. Maybe this is what they're doing, Matt. So you said you don't think US Bank has a clue what they're doing. Conspiracy theory time here. So what they're actually doing is they took down the Altitude Reserve because this coming January, US Bank is going to make an arrangement to pull the Bilt card away from Wells Fargo and have this exact setup. Now we'll be sad that we lose the ability to use transfer partners, but we can do all this stuff. So there's my conspiracy theory. Yuri would not get it. It's not that much better than the current Altitude Reserve. King Sam says the current cards are getting nerfed into oblivion. Yeah. So there you go. There's the 4 cards we came up with for Mutant cards. And I know some people are dissatisfied with some. I tried to make it so that there's not one card that's so overpowered it's super obvious. So now those of you who have stuck around and any friends you want to invite will get to vote on the cards. But before I get into voting, let's go over some noteworthy mention. Now, just to be a little real with everyone here, I'm going to take off my referee jacket because I'm getting warm. I didn't start working on this till Thursday night, and I only had about 45 minutes to work on it. And then last night I had to pick my kids up from a church activity at 11:15 p.m. I wasn't done until midnight, and I was tired, so I just plain didn't get to all of them. So I picked the 4 that I thought would be best for voting purposes. It doesn't matter. I thought, please don't feel like I thought your idea was bad if I didn't do yours. Here's some that I just want to give hat tips to or mentions to. Just some rando 667 suggests the gold card plus the US bar, Chase Sapphire preferred plus Citi Strata Premier, and Chase Sapphire Reserve. Those would be bangers and kind of overpowered. Jake Vanderplug suggested the Capital One Saver and the Wyndham Earner business card. That'd make for a crazy earner. I sure would, Jake. If you had a $99 annual fee card that got 8x on gas, 3x on dining and grocery, that'd be pretty good. I don't know how much I'd pay at least $150 for that, especially if it was a card I could use Capital One transfer partners on. Chad Pennyguff suggested the US Bank Altitude Reserve with its 4.5 effective mobile wallet plus the Smartly card with 4x everywhere would be the only card that I need. That's not too terribly different from the Altitude Bilt card. And then, I should check to make sure I'm not accidentally covering up his face here. Not too badly. 3 others. King Sam already did one, but suggests the Venture X plus the Citi Strata Premier, $500 annual fee. That would be an overpowered card. Evangel Bison says the US bar plus the CSR. Can you imagine 3x ultimate rewards on mobile wallet in addition to dining and travel? That would be a banger. And then Anthony Venture didn't have a card idea, but just said, this is a startup I can get behind. He is in favor of Mutant cards. Awesome. So Yuri thinks the Smartly plus the Altitude Reserve would be great. Keep hanging in there, folks. It's almost time to vote. So here's the poll. Which of these cards would you like best if this was real? So I'm taking a page from Stan the Credit Frog. Right now, you can do one of 2 things. If you're watching on a laptop and you have a smartphone handy, just scan that QR code. It'll take you to where you need to go, and you can vote on which of the cards you like. Or you can go to menti.com and enter the code showing on the screen, 1812 6854. I'm going to give an overview of the 4 cards, and then we will come back to it here. So the overview, just as a reminder, what you can choose from here. We have the Amex Venture X Gold card. That's a $650 annual fee card. That one seemed to be pretty universally popular. The Chase Connect Unlimited, the Citi Strata Platinum, and the US Bank Altitude Bilt card. So those are the 4 you can choose from. Just think it over here. And again, please do one of these 2 things. Either go to menti.com and enter code 18126854, or just scan that QR code right there, and it'll take you where you need to go. If anybody has any problems with the voting, let me know. I've never done Menti before. If you would be kind enough to vote on one of them, even if none of them really trip your trigger, that would be awesome. Ian says, I'm a no on all of them, but I picked one. Thank you for doing that. That's the way to go. Josh says, I voted for the VentureX Gold. I already have both and would get a bit of a discount this way. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All right. So we have... there we go. I can't tell how many people have voted because all I have is percentages. So I'm going to go ahead and share it here. Which of these mutant cards do you like the best? I'm going back to presentation mode. So as of right now, the VentureX Gold has 18% of the vote. The Chase Connect Unlimited has 45% of the vote. Oh, that kind of surprises me. I wonder if it's because it has a lower annual fee and it's kind of all net gain. The very expensive $1,000 Citi Strata Platinum has 27%, and the Bilt has, the US Bank Altitude Bilt has 9%. So I'll go back to here and let you share so you can vote. Go ahead and let me know in the comments also if you had a rationale for voting the way you did. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. King Sam shows a number in the bottom right-hand corner. We have 11 people who have voted so far. I would like to get all 49 of you voting, but that's okay. I understand. Not everyone's able to. Maybe you're not great with technology. Maybe you're not good with QR codes, et cetera, et cetera. So go ahead and I'll give it just a couple more minutes to cast your vote. I'll talk about what I think I probably would have done here. I think the Altitude Connect is probably the easiest because basically for $150, you're taking the Chase Freedom Unlimited and adding on top of it 4X on, what was it, gas and a couple other things. I can't remember what the other things were here off the top of my head, but just the 4X on gas alone would probably make it worthwhile. And remember, it's issued by Chase, so that's Ultimate Rewards. I think probably that's the one I would go for, is the Chase Connect Unlimited card. All right, Mojo has now voted. All right, let me go over and look at the voting here and see what we got. So looks like it's pretty much unchanged. The Chase Connect Unlimited is in fact winning. The Strata Platinum, the very expensive card, comes in second at 27%. Then the VentureX Gold, and then the Amex VentureX Gold, and that's a good one too. And then the Altitude Bilt. The only one that I would outright reject would be this one, the Citi Strata Platinum. Oh, we just went up by 1 vote. The percentage changed slightly. It's just too expensive, and I don't really use the Amex Platinum right now. So although I had a bad experience with Citi recently, a customer service issue. I'll get into that some other time. So I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be tolerating Citi, but let's just say I do. I think just the existing Strata Premier $99 is probably good enough for me. I will miss out on Centurion Lounge access occasionally, but otherwise I'm pretty okay. I would be good with paying an extra $100 a year on my Altitude Reserve to get the extra on dining, the doubling on the first of each month. I don't pay rent, so that wouldn't help me, but I'd still be okay with that upgrade. And I think the VentureX Gold would be really awesome as well. Oh, that just jumped up a little. So we have 23% on the VentureX Gold, 45% on the Connect Unlimited, the Citi Strata Platinum at 23, and coming in last, the US Bank Altitude Bilt card. I'm sure if this had the Bilt transfer partners, that would jump way up. Well, I hope you had fun with this, gang. King Sam says, I like that all are good enough and not too expensive. Chase Connect Unlimited is a good one, and done card for cash back and low travel. it's a one and done card for cash back and low travel. Yeah, I agree with that. So that would be my first choices. Also, I would be with the majority for the Chase Connect Unlimited. All right. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate that. Hope you liked that main event. Whether I just got a notification from US Bank. Maybe my Altitude Bilt card just made a purchase. Nope, my wife bought something at Walmart.com. All right, let's move on. Stop sharing. All right, up to 53 people. Thank you for those of you who've clicked the like button. We're going to get into the community post, the community tab, and I'll answer any questions. Interesting how I have 51 people on board now that I'm done with the main event. I'm going to use my bathroom break. Sometimes we call this intermission. Sometimes we call it a biology break. But stay tuned. If you're just staring at a blank wall, go ahead and watch that advertisement. That'll support my commercial, or excuse me, my channel. And I'll be back in about 90 seconds, 2 minutes, something like that. Thank you so much. Oh, I forgot. I think I have figured out how to play music in the background now. So I'll do some background music here. How about Tropical Summer? Oh, that's a background. That's not a music. Feeding the Ducks. I'm sure you were calling me. How's the groovy music going? Seems like it ended. Okay, can you still hear me okay? Yes. Okay. Oh, it restarted. I apologize. There we go. Okay. Caesar says, the man, the myth, legend, putting relaxing music while going to the bathroom, drinking some coffee, chilling to Dugroz tunes. Where was I? Actually clicked the wrong button. Yuri SBU says, voted Chase Connect over MXX because it's a bit more outside the box thinking. Yeah, I like that idea. Yep, audio is 5x5. All right. I've never heard the expression 5x5, but it sounds good to me. All right. Every Friday, I post a community tab picture and question. And the goal is twofold. One is you can ask me anything if you want me to answer your question here on this very live stream, which I'll be getting to in just a moment. And the other purpose is I'll put a picture of something on there. And you can guess what the picture is. Now, I will admit I had a failure. I don't think I did it on Friday because I think it was right at or slightly after midnight Central Time, which means it was 1 o'clock in the morning for you East Coasters. I apologize. By the time I actually got around to doing it, I am quite sorry about that. So I didn't have a whole lot of interaction, and I guess I shouldn't be surprised about that. But regardless, this is the picture that I shared. Looks like a picture of me standing on some sort of old road or something like that. If anybody wants to guess where that was, they sure can. Now, nobody had taken a guess as of the start of the live stream. So I'm going to take a look at my phone right now and see if anybody has put in a guess since then. Yes, somebody has put in a guess since then. Flying Ryan, who is on board right now, also known as just Ryan, says Route 66 in Illinois. That's right. You are one of the few who paid attention. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that. So when I went to Springfield, Illinois a couple weeks ago on the way back, about 45 minutes outside of Springfield, there's this little section of the original Route 66 that is paved in brick. It was realigned in like the 1930s, but they kept the road, and whoever made that decision, I applaud. Professor X says that road looks like one of your Mutant credit cards. Yeah. So here's a different angle of the same thing. That's me standing next to my rental car. I've had other trips before where I forget to take a picture of my rental car. So this trip I took like 80 of them. This is one of the grain bins along that same route that looks kind of cool. They painted a Route 66 mural. I think that's supposed to be Abe Lincoln leaning over, planting a flower, or maybe it's just some guy. I thought it was Abe Lincoln, whether it is or not, because it's the land of Lincoln. Yuri G also said Route 66. So, Ian Mascal says, what a bunch of crap. I guess my answer didn't post it. Historical Brick Highway even posted a link. I'm so sorry about that. If you put a link in your comment, sometimes YouTube scrubs it, where like I have to go into moderator mode and approve it. So that's why I didn't see it. I'm so sorry, Ian. I will believe you though. You get full Dugroz points. You get 1,000 points. So does Flying Ryan. So a minor channel announcement that is pertinent here. So I have had a series of videos on this channel in the past called Driving with Dugroz. Some people like them, some people don't care. When I was a smaller channel, putting everything together that was even vaguely related to travel seemed prudent. But now that my channel's gotten a little bigger, I think it's better to split that off. Plus, I have this old abandoned channel that's just called Dugroz. I think I'm going to rename it Driving with Dugroz at some point in the future. I haven't got around to it yet. But if you want to go over to my old channel called Dugroz, that's where all my Driving with Dugroz videos will be from now on. So if you would subscribe there as well, I would really appreciate it. There is a link to this video where I actually drive that road on that other channel. So if you'd head over there and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. John R. says Driving with Dugroz are some of the best videos. Thank you. I appreciate that. So if you just want me driving around historical areas, I've always been torn with those videos because some people like it when I do commentary, like they like my personality. Other people don't, and they're like, just shut up and drive. So I'm never sure if I should do commentary in those videos or not. This one, I did not do commentary. Some of them I do commentary. So go over to that channel, link in the description box, subscribe if that's something that interests you. I won't spend any more time on that subject because I know people probably aren't that interested in it. Yuri B says, crazy idea. A major credit card issuer to bail out and buy out Spirit Airlines from bankruptcy and do some aspirational travel options for credit card holders. That is a good idea. I don't know how that would work, though. Like, the airline still has to make a profit. Or are you thinking like buy Spirit, commandeer their planes, sell off all but like 5 to 10 of their planes? And then like if, let's say it's Amex, for example, if you're an Amex card holder, twice a year, there's a charter flight from Chicago to Aruba. And you can only book it with some special points deal through Amex. That would be an interesting idea. I don't know if I'd take advantage of it. I think it would probably be mediocre value. Live early, Virgin Airlines. I like Virgin Airlines. I'm not sure if I'm picking up what you're laying down. Oh, like early Virgin Airlines. Okay, I gotcha. I don't know. What were they like in the beginning? Did they do like weird, like aspirational, destinational type travel? I have no idea. I always wondered why they're called Virgin Airlines. Did they originally fly to the Virgin Islands? Because now they just fly to the United Kingdom. That sounds like a Bilt rent day one. It sure does. All right, so I need to go to my community tab questions here. Again, I haven't been able to scrub any, so if there's other questions, I apologize, but there's only one question out there right now. I think this ties back to Mutant credit cards, and this is from, it says at AZ Fox, but I noticed AZ Fox has the exact same logo as Mojo, so I'm wondering if that's what Mojo's alternate name online is. This is the comment. What about the AAA Daily Advantage and Redstone Federal Visa signature card? To me, that would be a pretty crazy X-Men Mutant setup. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much, AZ Fox or Mojo. Yes, that is Mojo. Okay, I appreciate the question. So the AAA Daily Advantage is the one that there's two different versions. But the Travel Advantage version, I think, is the one that gives cash back on gas. Is that right? 5% on gas? I'm trying to find it right now. Is this the like Comenity bread version or something like that? Sorry, I'm literally waiting for the AAA page to load here. Da 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 dun dun da dun dun da dun 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 dun. We need to bring back the hold music. Okay, here it is. No, this one's 3% on grocery, gas, and dining. I know there is a 5% gas version out there somewhere. So let's just say 5% on gas, 3% on groceries and dining. Although I think that's what the Redstone card gives right now. Redstone for gas and dining and daily for groceries. Does the daily card get you 5x on groceries? So basically you're 5x on groceries, dining, and gas. That would be pretty overpowered. Of course, the Redstone Federal Credit Union closed their applications. They went outside of Tennessee and Alabama right before Player 2, and I decided to sign up. That makes me sad. Rodrigo Mendez, how you doing, Rodrigo? It's been a little while. Says, does anyone know who AAA pulls when applying for that Daily Advantage card? I sure don't. All right. So yeah, since I didn't post my community tab until last night, that's all I have. So I'll give it like a few more seconds if anybody has any off-the-cuff questions. Otherwise, we will wrap it up there. No point in dragging things out any longer that needs to be dragged out. We've already gone about an hour and a half here. Again, last chance if you want to drop a super chat. And remember, if you are watching this after the fact, you can still do supers. They call them super thanks instead of super chats. And that helps support my channel as well. Everybody has been such a blessing to me, and I certainly appreciate all of you. I will be bringing you more information on my bad customer service experience with Citi in the near future, and whether or not Citi cards are in my future at all. Just to give a little preview, it has to do with closing my Citi bank account. I got a $200 sign-up bonus by Open Citi checking. Wasn't worth it. Too much of a hassle. They said it was closed, and apparently it wasn't really closed. All right, well, we're going to end it there. Thank you to each and every one of you who have been on board. I really appreciate you. One more chance, click the thumbs up button if you haven't. That'll make more people watch it later. Again, super ultra thanks to everyone who dropped a super chat, and super duper thanks to Xavier X for his nearly $100 super chat. Will I be live again next weekend or no live due to the holiday? I haven't decided yet, Mojo, but thank you for asking. Just look for my community tab post as we get closer to the weekend, like Thursday, Friday. As always, may your spending be frugal and may your points be plenteous. Thanks for watching.